Welcome back to our classroom. Our second chapter, Food through Digestive Tract. In the last section, we learned how digestion takes place in the stomach. These digestive food reaches the duodenum. So, what do you mean by duodenum? The initial part of the small intestine is called the duodenum. From the duodenum, the digested food reaches the small intestine. So, let's have a look what happens to the digestive food that reaches the small intestine. When food moves forward from duodenum, it gets mixed with the intestinal juice secreted by the glands in the small intestine. Different enzymes are present in the intestinal juice which convert maltose, lactose, which is a carbohydrate in the milk, and sugar or sucrose converts into simpler forms like glucose, fructose and galactose. At the enzymes, peptide is converted to amino acid. After the completion of digestion, the complex substances is converted to simpler form, such as carbohydrate is converted to glucose, fructose and galactose. And the simplest form of protein is amino acid. Fat is converted to fatty acids and glycerol. The absorption of simple nutrients begins in the small intestine. In the walls of the small intestine, there is a small finger-like projections called villi. The function of villi is it increases the surface area of absorption of nutrients to a great extent within the small intestine. The villi is covered with a single layer of cells called epithelial cells. This epithelial cells of villus is called microvilli. And this microvilli increases the surface area of absorption of nutrients to a great extent within the small intestine. Villi contains lacteal, lymph capillaries, blood capillaries, branches of artery and branches of veins with food molecules are present. The lacteal absorb fatty acids and glycerol into the lymph of lacteal, and glucose, fructose, galactose and amino acids are absorbed into the blood. Water-soluble simple nutrients are absorbed into the blood itself. Absorption of nutrients and 90% of water take place through the villi. These nutrients and water reach each and every part of the cell in the form of molecules. There are certain processes working behind the movement of molecules in and out of the cell. Example, simple diffusion, facilitated diffusion and osmosis are movements of molecules from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. As these processes take place along the concentration gradient, energy is not required. Do you know what is concentration? We can do one experiment. Take one beaker filled with water and salt solution. Add 1 tablespoon of salt in the water containing beaker. Now it's a solution containing both the water and the salt. So the concentration is the measure of salt present in this solution is the salt concentration, and the measure of water present in this solution is the water concentration. The movement of molecules from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration is called diffusion. The absorption of fatty acid and glycerol to lacteal take place by simple diffusion. Example, spread of odor in the air, spread of ink in water. The diffusion of some molecules take place with the help of protein molecules present in the cell membrane. This is called facilitated diffusion. Example, absorption of glucose, fructose, galactose and some amino acids in the blood capillaries take place through this process. Osmosis. It is the movement of water molecules from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration through a selectively permeable membrane. In the cell also it contains semi-permeable membrane. Though this happens along the concentration gradient, this is applicable only to water molecules. In some instances, absorption takes place against the concentration gradient. The molecules are absorbed from a region of lower concentration to a region of higher concentration by utilizing energy and with the help of carrier protein. This is called active transport. For example, if the concentration of glucose and salt decreases in the small intestine, absorption takes place by active transport. Thus, based on the requirement of the cell, maximum glucose and salt enter the blood without any loss. Students, write these notes in your notebook. After the absorption of nutrients, the digestive waste moves towards the large intestine. A major portion of the salt and water left after absorption in the small intestine are absorbed in the large intestine. Certain bacteria residing in the large intestine produces substances like vitamin K. Absorption of these substances also take place in the large intestine. Subsequently, the digestive waste stored in the rectum are eliminated out through the anus. The process of digestion is completed through various complex processes taking place in the digestive tract. It requires about 4 to 5 hours. Hence, it is necessary to regulate the intake of food accordingly.